This is so smart. They figured out how to take like a laptop, like this laptop, and literally make it game like max settings and everything. And now, before you're wondering, this like is not clickbait. Nvidia basically made like an online cloud service that does like all the processing, everything, like on their servers, so you can game off of anything and don't need high specs, which is absolutely insane. Now you need some pretty beefy internet, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a very smart idea because you can pretty much game off of anything, maximum settings. It's completely insane. And we got more information on that. Plus, we got a couple more fan setups today. We got a couple of people that submitted their builds, which is also what we like doing at the end of our videos. And of course, stay tuned because we got some crazy insane stuff today. So, Nvida basically, I was reading up on articles, I was like, hey, I wonder what's new and stuff. And I saw something about how Nvida basically made it so they have cloud servers that have like 1080s in them. And basically they just have it so it's set up so you can use that graphics card on the server while you're playing your games. And it basically streams back and forth. And now you're probably wondering, how bad is the lag? Well, if you have some really bad internet, it might be a downside because obviously really bad internet, especially when you're streaming back and forth, is kind of difficult. But if you think about it, that's actually a pretty good idea because then you can take something that like a MacBook, which was one of the most common things that was, having issues, or is one of those common things you can't play necessarily game on. That was an example of one of the things that it was very difficult to game on, and so that's why they kind of built this. And the other thing is, games, the games actually stream back and forth, but you don't have to wait for them to download. Basically, apparently, you just go through, you click on download, and it downloads the game, and then basically you're good to play. Like, you don't have to download on your computer. It downloads to their servers, and basically you just pay like a monthly fee, and then you can go through and play on there as much as possible. I think it's actually a really good idea. Now, I know some people necessarily don't have really good internet. It recommends internet of 50 megabytes per second, which, considering that, like, where would I be using this to game, or where would I be gaming on a laptop that was not my home? It'd probably be at school or something like that. I don't know why I'd be gaming at school. That's probably not a good example. But, maybe it's somewhere like you're at your friend's house or something. You want to game, but you don't have you don't have your nice desktop to bring along with you. That'd be a good example. But then again, you got to think about how people don't necessarily have really good internet all around the world. And especially, your friend might not have the same internet, especially 50 megabytes per second. That's insane. Because apparently, I know companies and, different internet ISPs provide, like, say they have certain amounts of internet, but it's really pointless when you actually don't get that. Because I'm supposed to get something like 200 megabytes per second. I'm lucky if I get 10 on a good day. So, see my point? It not necessarily means that you're going to get that. The other thing, though, is this basically allows you to play a lot of games with a different processor, kind of, moves everything off your computer, so you just have to stream back and forth. The other issue with that is you have to have a really good Wi-Fi card, so it'll be interesting to see if, that you have to have a certain requirement for Wi-Fi card and a certain internet requirement. But that's kind of insane to be playing games off of this. Now, I don't know if it plays 4K. I would assume it does do 1080p, but after that, I don't know how well it performs, especially because that's a lot of data. Especially 4K requires some insane amounts of bandwidth. So I'm assuming if they're going to do 1080p, 60 FPS, that's probably they're going to need some really beefy Wi-Fi cards, to stream that back and forth. And I know the servers are probably not going to have an issue, but I'm more thinking about these laptops because the only reason you'd be gaming off of a laptop, especially an iMac or a MacBook, is you obviously didn't know a lot about computers and graphics cards and such, but now you kind of do, and that's why you want to, play these games. So basically, I think, MacBooks aren't necessarily known for having good quality all-around parts. I don't mean to say that, I mean high-performing parts. So for example, the Wi-Fi card may not be good enough to support that, especially if you're gaming on a 2009 or anything like that, a really old iMac. But the thing about this is, you'll be able to go about it and play it any bit that you like. So now, actually, let's hop into the fan setups, which is basically what you guys submit. We go review your build, we go check it out, we just look at your setup, we tell you what we think of it, give you some nice live comments of it. And this is my favorite thing too, because you get to see all these cool people, all these cool builds, which I run them through their Google images, so I know if you're pulling this off of like Reddit or something, I know what you're doing, fam. Trust me, I've already thought of it. But basically, let's just go take a look at this. So the first bit you see here is a pretty, I guess, generic gaming setup. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it looks clean. Like, it looks like the classic gaming setup. It's got the speakers, monitor. I'm pretty sure that's a 4K monitor, I would say. But, you know, it's pretty clean. It's got a nice chair. I mean, it's a glass desk. I mean, it looks like a clean gaming setup. And the only reason I really know it's the gaming setup is just because of the LED and the fan, which is the only way I kind of really would have tell. And that LED is really cool. I do think cable management is a little on the low side, but I do think, you know, I'm trying to figure out what that's, it's just holes in the glass, which is really weird. I've never seen a case with holes in the side of the glass. I mean, the case itself is pretty interesting. I mean, it looks like it's got lots of fan room and stuff. It has a CD player. I mean, that's not really anything special. I mean, the worst part, though, is at least your case has a spot for the CD player. I had to download something for one of my computer programming classes, and they, my case doesn't have a CD slot, so I just had to go yank out a CD player from one of my old computers and, you know, just hook it up and leave it half hanging out of the case. I mean, the LED fans are pretty cool, but it is kind of, it's purple. Purple's not my color, but I do think it's kind of, it's really like a gray and, you know, black color scheme. And with a slight hint of purple. I mean, I gotta say, for color-wise, the computer looks fine. I have no issue with it. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily know it's a gaming computer because it doesn't necessarily like display any like logos or anything. But I mean, besides that, it looks good. I don't know what the specs are. We don't have any specs on it, but it definitely does look pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it looks really cool. The glass side, I guess, looks cool and stuff. It's just, as I said, it's really hard to tell that if you were to look at this setup, it looks like more of an average office setup than really a gaming laptop setup or a gaming setup. But I mean, that's pretty cool, honestly. A nice wall, by the way. We just got to take a moment to admire the nice blue wall. Everybody everybody go comment down below. Nice blue wall. That's what we should all comment. Anyway, but so basically, thank you all for watching, guys. So my boy Valcor13 sent this one in. So thank you to him, because I'd like to give people credit, because obviously they're going through and they're doing that. I just want to say thank you for them for submitting. Of course, we'd like to give you guys a nice shout out for that. And of course, thank you all for watching. If you guys do enjoy these tech news videos, honestly, I think the Nvidia thing is absolutely crazy, which is awesome. Like, having the option to game off of anything, that's pretty cool. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. It'll be really interesting to see how this new stuff, you know, plays out, this new technology, streaming technology. I'll make sure you guys keep you in the loop. And of course, if you guys do like tech videos, keeping up to date on everything new and related in tech, make sure you guys subscribe so you can keep up to date, because we do daily news broadcasts of all the new stuff. Keep an eye out for, and of course, try to get a couple more projects in there as well. So as I said, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, then you just don't have to do anything. You can just leave, because, I mean, dislikes, I really don't mind at all. I mean, if you're gonna dislike, at least tell me what you didn't like. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.